Fly man ran.
Cincinnati's home for hip hop and R&B, 102.3 The Beat, the Taryn Bland, back for another edition of the Bland Conversation, right here on 102.3 The Beat. And my next guest, he is performing live this weekend at the Cincinnati Funny Bone up in Liberty Township. He has 4 shows, 2 on Friday, 7 p.m. and 9:45 p.m., 2 on Saturday, 6:30 and 9:15 p.m. Make sure to head over to liberty.funnybone.com, grab them tickets while you can. You've seen this man. You've probably seen a special on Netflix entitled A New Day, which is produced by Dave Chappelle. You've seen and heard him on some of your favorite TV shows, such as The Wire, BMF, Spider-Man, Pixar Soul, and his well-known character, Ashy Larry, on The Chappelle Show. Ladies and gentlemen, the OG, Donnell Rawlings.
I want to start by saying, if you care about anything, how I feel about Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels going on, say it again, say it again. I'm not going to talk about it on the show, but me being a comic that deals with observation, a joke could be too soon, but it can't be too soon for a funny observation. Come to the Funny Bone this weekend, and you're going to get my unfiltered, unedited answer to what happened to the big bad wolf. I'm just going to put it like that, son.
That's something you want to you bring in the comedy, you bring in all that, and you bring in the 6 to 10 inches of snow with you too, man. What's up with that?
You know, I mean, who don't want? I mean, for the ladies out there, who don't want 6 to 10 inches of snow, of snow, of snow? All right, I'm just letting y'all know. But I'm bringing it. But yo, I'm in Ohio, so I'm pretty sure the people here don't have a problem with bad weather. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I do care about people's safety, whatever. But I posted on my Instagram, rain, sleets, snow, or hail, or however that goes, we're going to have a show. So I've done shows where people have driven in blizzard to come and see me. So we will be there. The 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturdays. I'm excited about it. I did my Netflix special about a year ago. We ranked for probably like 4 or 5 weeks, which is a hard thing to do. A question people always ask is he's going to do the same material as his last special. That stuff is in the graveyard right now. So I do have a new special. It is actually a new day. Me being a resident of Ohio, I got stuff that I'm going to talk about OHIO, or however you want to say it, those Buckeye candies. I'm telling you want to get diabetes, eat 2 Buckeyes. You going straight. They cut your toes getting cut off. 2 Buckeyes, you can believe diabetes 1, 2, 3 is going to happen. But I'm excited, man. This is the new year. I think this is my 2nd show going into the year. New stuff to talk about. I got an energy that I feel like Dave Chappelle's last special, Unstoppable. I definitely feel unstoppable, and I'm coming to Cincinnati to wreck shop.
Yeah, OG, like what keeps you going and motivated? Because like I said, you've been in this game a long.
Money! No, I'm just joking. It ain't that. I do like the fact that I position myself to make a nice amount of money telling jokes. But the really thing that gets me, keeps me going is like, I really love what I do. I'll go to a show and I got a couple of people. It's a person that needs to laugh and a person that wants to laugh. And the thing that I really connect with is that person comes up to me and say, yo, I just had death in the family. I wasn't sure if I wanted to come out. I didn't feel like too social. I want to be myself. But somebody told me, let's go, let's try to laugh. And when I make those people laugh, people that really need it in that moment, it makes me feel good. And I've discovered my God-given talent as being a stand-up. I've been able to pursue it. Everybody got a God-given talent. It doesn't mean you're going to connect with it or position yourself where you can make money off of it. So every morning I wake up, I feel blessed that I call my own shots. I'm my own boss. I do what I want to do. And I got a job that's fulfilling and make people feel good. That's the things that keep me going. And I want to be the best person I can be for my son.
I was going to talk about that. I have a question about fatherhood a little bit later on, but real quick, about what was one of the craziest things, like somebody came to your show and they had told you, and like I said, just like maybe like I said, you changed how they were feeling that day. Like, what was a story that stands out to you?
This is like a couple years ago. This lady, she said that she was in the hospital and she had stage 1 of those late stage cancers or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And she said, I was feeling bad. I didn't have any hope. Some kind of way, I clicked on something that you was doing on YouTube, and I started following you. And she said, every day that I followed you, I felt better about myself. my immune system started switching up. She said, not to say that I was the reason why she got better, but she said that kind of inspired her and gave her more will to want to live. And I was very much of a part of her recovery process. So it's a lot of stories like that. I hear stories about people that was in Iraq that were like, yo, during the Chappelle show, times when we weren't feeling good and we didn't know why we were here, what we were doing, we would put a Chappelle show CD in, a DVD in, and make me feel better. But I don't have one singular event, but the path of my life has always been something about what I do that make people feel good. And I really, really appreciate that.
It's funny that I'm getting to speak to you because I don't know if you know, Revolt's been as probably about a month now. They've been showing all the old Def Comedy Jams, and then your episode came on about a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
you had the maroon, the
red,
maroon red.
I was just like Rerun.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
with J. Anthony Brown was on that one.
Some more.
I think some more was on that one too as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go back and talk to yourself, talk to that version of Donnell, what would you tell him?
Well, I was very young when I did Def Jam. I was only doing comedy for like 6 months, but I was on fire. And I got an audition by chance, and I went up there. When I did that show, I was very new to television and everything. In fact, when I did that, like when you do Def Jam, it's 4 comedians that perform. Only 3 make it, right? And then usually the one that was the least funny or just didn't pop, that would be the person that would get cut. And I will say on that episode, a lot of people don't know, Michael Blackson was on that episode too. And Michael Blackson completely destroyed this room, got a standing ovation. Like he ate it. And I'm being honest. I was like, well, your set was okay, but it probably won't make it because Mike killed it. The other people were funny, and I was okay. I'll be honest about that. And then Mike did something that cost him the opportunity to be on there. He just went far out. Like he went far out. He got cut. It allowed me to be on the show. And I didn't know how that would resonate because then Def Jam was like, you said 1 or 2 quick catchphrases or roasts, everybody was talking to. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Yep. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm so broke. If a dude robbed me, it'll bitch be practice. Me, my big lips, and your thing, it would be given like a whale of tic-tac. You had those shucky ducky quack quack. You had those moments. And I think then I didn't understand like the set that I did and the story that I talked about is still relevant. It's still funny now. Mm-hmm. You know, because it's like one of my friends, Chris Thomas, I wasn't really pleased. He said, man, you did a great job. I said, well, they wasn't really laughing that much. He said, man, you had a set when people watching at home, they're going to like it. And they're going to continue to like it. That was the first thing I did. That was young Donnell, only doing comedy for 6 months. And Def Jam didn't do for me what it did for a lot of people, made them overnight success. It was just like I still knew it was a great opportunity, but I had to go back to the drawing board. And one thing I've ever done, whether I'm a part of a film project or a hot TV show, the thing that I care about most is going hand to hand, door to door. That's what I call it when I do these clubs, these comedy clubs. Mm-hmm. I'm going out there and I'm going to get my fan base, not because of what you saw on TV, but because of me being in your face and how I'm as a stand-up comic.
Do you think that's what kind of like was missing with in the comedic game today? Because obviously everything's social media driven and social media, but the fact that you still hitting up, doing interviews with radio stations, going to news stations like that, touching people after the shows, like, do you think that's obviously hurt?
It's hard to have people that's coming to this business being passionate about being a great stand-up now because they're getting so much success, popularity, financially with social media. It's nothing to make a social media comedian want to be a great stand-up. Mm-hmm. You can't even talk to them because like, all right, you know what, you need to do this. What have you thought about? Why am I worrying about that, OG? I just made $200,000 on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Right. The incentive to be good is not there anymore. So I hope it don't be a lost art. And I think that the more social media guys you have that aren't really true to stand up, it's going to start elevating the people that are. People they're going to get tired of it. That people are going to like what they see with the skits and everything. But it's going to be something to be said about people wanting to see a human standing flat-footed with a microphone, engaging the audience and making them laugh. So there's room for everything. I'm not a old head. Like, yeah, them social media comedians. I wish them the best. I wish I had the tools and the platform when I first started to put a camera in front of my face and just go viral. That didn't exist to me. I still embrace social media. If you're not following me, go to Donnell Rawlings, blue check, anything. But with me, it's a combination of old school, want to be a dope comic, and then take advantage of the marketing and the platform that social media allows you to have.
Do you think the world, well, I mean, obviously it didn't happen, but if social media was around, do you think like the world would have been accepting of that style back in the day? Because obviously the world is soft now. Let's be honest, the world is soft. You can't really say nothing, really.
No.
Without offending somebody.
That's not it. Certain comedians are soft. You can say whatever you want.
Mm.
Are you willing to deal with the consequences of those? You know what I'm saying? People talk about cancel culture. I'm not connected to a network. I'm not connected to Disney, Pixar, none of that type of stuff. So I don't have to be considerate of things I might lose because it's not too much I'm going to lose. My fan base, my money is off of the people that's been rocking with me for years and years and years. NBC can't say we ain't messing with you because they're not messing with me now. So I think it's a situation with is who going to stay true to themselves. I'm going to be true to myself. There's someone asked me a while ago. They say, Donnell, do you think a joke could be too soon? My answer was, a joke could be too soon, but it never could be too soon for a funny observation. When you come to my show, that's what you're going to get. My good friend Dave Chappelle, I'm not throwing names out if they're real friends. We had a candid conversation one time. He said, at the end of the day, Donnell, it's our job to make fun of the things that are troubling the world. So when you come to my show, that's what you're going to get. People have been following my career for over 30-some years. And I will say this. I'm not being a braggart when I say this, but it's the honest truth. If you fell in love and connected with me from HBO's The Wire, from Chappelle's Show, from The Corner, from BMF, from Guy Code, from Soul, it goes on and on. If that's what your introduction to me was, if you come and see me do live stand-up, I guarantee you'll be you'll be a fan for life, and your mama is going to love me, your daddy going to love me, your cousin. One thing I can say, after a 30-year career, I've been able to connect with 3 generations.
Yep.
A lot of people can't say that. I was in a grocery store once, and this really made me feel good. There was a middle-aged woman, when I say that, probably like mid-40s, and she was what seemed to be her teenage son. At that time, it was probably like 15 or 16, right? And mom was so excited. Mom stopped her car. She said, "Oh, my God, that's the guy from Chappelle's Show." And her son looked at her and said, "No, it's not. That's the guy from Guy Code." I was like, boom. 2 generations got to see me be part of platforms that people can be remembering forever.
Facts. So make sure I pull up on him tonight, Friday, 7 p.m., 9:45 p.m. And then tomorrow, 6:30 and 9:15 p.m. Liberty.funnybone.com. Like I said, we expect a great show.
Man, don't talk about no snow.
Hey,
if you ain't talking about Snow Bunny, oops. Sorry, Dr. Umar. Don't. You've been there. You've been in the snow. You look like one of them dudes. You've been in the snow.
What do you mean one of them dudes? What?
Yo, you ain't been in the snow?
I've been in the snow.
All right. You ain't dabbled in the snow?
I mean, I live in Ohio. We get snow.
You ain't hopped on the bunny?
Nah.
All right, man. You know what? You got Dr. Umar must be following this show or something. You nervous as hell right now. Say what you want to say. I want to say this in closing. OH.
I-O.
And I also want to say, I hope you don't lose your job, but after this, it doesn't matter to me. I'm rich. I won't say it, son, but
that's what we got edit. We got production. We can.
I'm rich, bitch.
No, I do got two more questions I want to ask you. Well, 3 really. Obviously 102.3 The Beat, we the home of the Breakfast Club.
Right. Yeah. Ain't nobody tripping on Charlamagne the Booty Man. Tell him I said it. Tell him I said it, son. Tell him I said it. And Charlamagne is a Botox injection, high cheekbone having. Calgon, take me away. Yas. I said it. And they going to stop disrespecting me, son.
No, I do want to add, like, what was how did your relationship begin with the Breakfast Club to where you're probably the most repeat guests they've had on there in their entire run of being on there. And then when you go on there, like it's y'all talk like brothers, like family.
Here's the thing. First off, I have a relationship. I've been a radio guy. All of them. That's why they could never come to me real hard, pause, because I've done the things they did. I was at Hot 97 with DJ Envy right after Star and Buck Wild. I had a show there. I was at Power 105. Myself, Ed Lover in Egypt, Big Tigger. We were the Breakfast Club before the Breakfast Club really took over. So I have those experiences. Me and Charlamagne used to do Geico together. Angela Yee used to give me free clothes like 30 years ago when I didn't have no money because she was like, I'm working with these clothing brands and stuff. So I had a relationship with every one of them, right? When I came in, I didn't really know Charlamagne like that. And the thing that used to piss me off, he used to always try to question if I was funny or not. And he knew how to trigger me. He would add these names. Michael Blackson is funny. I'm like, whatever. Gary Owen, I'm like, whatever. I'm like, ask them about me. So I thought he came in a way of, I was like, I said, you haven't seen me. He said, I've seen you. I seen you on YouTube. I was like, no, that's not Donnell. That's the actor. You got to come see me live. So we would go back and forth with that. Also, I knew when I first started going up there, I could go up there and destroy that whole room. It's not going to be a good storyline. I was like, people always want to root for the underdog. You know what I'm saying? The underdog is always going to keep coming back because you want to beat them up. So I chose that route to take. And then the relationship started started shifting when Charlamagne came to see me at Radio City Music Hall. I was with Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, and a couple other people, right? And I was like, watch this. I got a standing ovation in front of 7,000 people. Next time I was in the Breakfast Club, I'll say, what was you saying? He said, I ain't going to lie. He said, I'm a big fan of Dave Chappelle. I'm a big fan of Chris Rock. He said, but that night, Donnell stood out. Now we got a mutual respect, and they still kept disrespecting me. But I knew people asked me if it's real or not. People have been watching the WWE and the WWF for years. And the question, is it real or if it's not? What I will say is entertaining. I have a level of respect for everybody in that room. But when I do go up there, it's a good time. It used to be, the haters always going to hate. It used to be like, dang, they can't get no more guests. But then realize it wasn't about them interviewing me. It was about me being in the presence. And whenever I come on there, it's a sitcom. I got radio experience. I know what I'm doing. So it's always, I could go on that show every 2 months and would nobody be mad because they know they're going to get when they're going to get. And I know that Breakfast Club is a really huge part of hip hop culture. So I couldn't be like, I never want to go up there. But I was like this, as a business person, I was like, you know what? It was a part of, I didn't really like Charlamagne, but I was like, me not liking him is going to cost me opportunity to use their platform for people to see what I do. And that's what I do. You guys got Angela Yee too, right?
Yeah. Yep. She
That's
comes
my
on right
sister
after him.
too.
Yep.
So I got a certain level of love for everybody that's a part of that. I've been a part of the iHeart family forever. I do miss doing radio, but I will say whenever you see me in the Breakfast Club, I'm going to talk trash, and I will say this: Charlamagne and Envy are booty bandits. Booty. They the Fleece Johnsons. They like booty. They just can't help it. They like booty. Booty is their life. Booty, 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 booty. They the booty bandits.
And the last thing I got for you, you got one more thing I seen you posted on your Instagram recently. An event coming up in Dayton, Ohio, April 21st through the 23rd called Maxed Out Mastermind.
Yeah, Maxed Out Mastermind. I met this real estate guy, who's very successful in Ohio maybe 4 years ago. And he was like doing well for himself in a real estate joint, in the real estate field. I was doing well for myself on the comedy and the producing and the entertainment side. But it was something that was challenging to him that he wanted to explore, getting into the podcast, getting to the entertainment side. And he's a very he's a motivational guy, motivational speaker, good friend of mine. And we came up with this idea of everybody has things that make them better, and they have stories on how they got to that point, how they created wealth, how they created platforms for their friends and everything. So Mastermind isn't something that's new, but his name is Todd Max. He had this idea called Todd Max Mastermind. So he's bringing a group of people. I've seen a lot of the Mastermind advertisement, but the thing I like about this one is so diverse. Different people, different backgrounds. So if you go to DonnellRawlings.com, you can get some information there. Or if you go to Todd Poltz on his website, it's everywhere. We bring in some education, some experiences, and we try to inspire and motivate people to create their own legacy and be strong and win. Maxed Out Masterminds coming to Dayton, April 21st to the 23rd.
Yes, sir. And he Donnell Rawlings once again. Last time he will be at the Funny Bone this weekend. Snow and all, 7 p.m. Friday night, 9:45 Friday night, 6:30 and 9:15 p.m. Saturday night. The legend himself, OG Donnell Rawlings. Appreciate you giving us some time, brother.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate you.